It's week 23, but the biggest thing about this week in European football is happening in Serie A, and it's the Milan derby. AC Milan, well, they're meant to be at home, but obviously it doesn't really matter. They just get the home dressing room. Whoever wins this. Well, I'd say if Milan win it, then obviously it's going to be a little bit tighter. I believe if Inter win it, then I fancy they go on and they win the title. I've got the two mad, crazy scientists. Whoa. Let's hang on. I've not muted my... I tell you what, that scared the life out of me, by the way, when I heard my own voice coming back at me. But if you like this video, which why wouldn't you? Subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means I'll notify you and you'll never miss any content again. Today, Serie A, Bundesliga, and we have the Premier League. Tomorrow it's La Liga. On Monday we go again, it's Champions League, and on Tuesday it'll be Europa League. Now press the link in the description. That will take you over to articles wrote by Alex or Martin and all the other sports that we have covered. They'll be accompanied by articles.
Can I hear the voice from your recorded voice from the phone, which actually makes more sense of what you speak live?
Can we hear you talking in Arabic like you talked yesterday?
Shukran, inshallah. What?
Was you talking Arabic?
No, I was talking English, and I was instantly.
Yeah, exactly. But he was asking us to watch him on Al Jazeera, But he started talk, and someone was translating in Arabic, on top of him, and I couldn't understand nothing what he was saying.
There is also the other part of the world where we don't live that is speaking Arabic. So
yeah, but listen. But why you are putting us to watch your show if we don't understand nothing,
Do I owe you money for that? Should I give you back money for having watched that video? Tell me.
Should I give you money for every hour?
So you didn't spend anything for that? Okay. Sorry.
Should I give you money for every hour that you're late with your articles?
Please, I will be rich in that way. If you give me money for every hour, I will be late with article.
Now, if you have just subscribed, this is your first show. We will be going through the games when these two decide who's the man and who's the woman, who wears the trousers. Now, listen.
So you are the one. So you are the one who likes to watch. Okay, go on.
I am. Listen, I used to be chief choreographer. Now, listen, if you are on this first time in the chat, press your thumbs up, please. Make it go blue. YouTube absolutely love the interaction between the people in the chat and obviously the guests and the experts. But also, if you've got a lean, then put it in there. If you've got questions for the boys, put it in there. I will try and obviously relay. But it's massive time this weekend, the Milan derby. Now, obviously, first of all, there's going to be no fans, is there?
Yeah, of course.
No fans. But will the fans congregate outside?
Oh, totally. They have already been doing that before Inter Juventus, before Milan Juventus, before Inter Milan in Coppa Italia. The hour also is favoring that because they are going to play this at 3 a.m., which is very unusual. I struggle to remember when was last time a derby was played at 3 a.m. I think if the memory is not tricking me, should be back in 2008 when actually Inter was playing a derby that by winning it would give them the Scudetto, and they lost that 1-3.
3 p.m. you mean?
Yes. What did I say? 3 a.m.?
Yeah, you said 3 a.m. I'm thinking, God, they're going to get up in the middle of the night.
No, 3 p.m. So played in daylight and so early in daylight, very, very unusual. For this reason, that will favor people to go out in the streets, to be outside the stadium. Obviously, is not the best attitude for what we are experiencing at the moment. But for sure, they have, until there was not pandemic, both bus were coming from the same way and getting in the garage of San Siro from the same street. Now, since the pandemic is happening and they were fearing this, so they are addressing the buses from two different areas, basically the two opposite areas of San Siro. And it's very nice because basically the Curva Nord and Curva Sud are gathering there and they are doing fireworks. They are lighting up flares. They are doing the sbandierata, so with flags, with tons of flags welcoming the bus. I have experienced that once in the first leg when the cases were still pretty low, and it was quite emotional because, you know, after 6 months of not seeing the people in the stadium, so it was quite something. Now, I don't know if it would be that smart, to be honest, but for sure it would be very hard to keep that, to prevent the people from doing that.
Okay, well, I've got more questions about the game when I get to it. Alex, obviously looking at what you're wearing and looking what I'm wearing, that gives us a little bit of a clue that we're both fancying Inter.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I wanted to say to you. We are let's see if this jinxing method.
Well, I don't know jinx it because obviously I've been wearing this this AC Milan shirt for a good while now, and they're still sitting at the top.
Yeah, no, I think that I am the one that jinxed it. And to be honest, the one that jinxed it is a tiny donk that is sending us all these t-shirts. And every time that we are wearing them, look what happened last week with Bayern Munich. They draw to Arminia Bielefeld when Tancredi wore the Bayern Munich t-shirt, you know. So,
but it was also the day they played the Club World Cup final and they won. But let's see, you could have a point.
What they play?
All right. Let's not take it too personal. Now, listen, my producers or tech and assistants or whatever, I lost Fabian. He's gone on to other things. I lost Freddie yesterday. But now I've got a new Fabian. Fabian, can you please stick up the records, please, sir? Here we go. So then, let's have a little butchers here. It's Alex at minus 4.14, Tancredi plus 7.63. It's almost, you know what you're talking about with Serie A. Flash, don't like to talk about it, 17.26. Parlay's having a bit of a fun time at 5.42. And the total, 27.17. Okay, Fab, that's good enough. I fancy the boys are absolutely on fire.
His name is Esteban, but he's calling him Fab because they have the same voice. So
yeah, and he looks like him as well. Okay, so listen, he'll be called Freddie later. Don't worry, because we're doing 3 shows today. Right, let's kick straight on then. First game, it's Fiorentina at plus 100, draw plus 240, Spezia plus 350. Spezia impressive last week, clean sheet, never looked like getting beat. Alex against the Fiorentina side, who again, this is a side now that are showing little green shoots of being more organised. And when they go forward, they're going forward with a purpose.
They're going forward with a purpose, but they still look bad, you know.
They need a goal scorer, don't they?
They need a goal scorer. They need some time to gel. Prondelli, I don't know. I think that he lost the plot a little bit there. Maybe next season, but till next season, they have to stay in Serie A for this season. Okay, they are not in such a big danger because they are 7 points above the danger zone there. But as you mentioned, Spezia on the other side beat AC Milan, and they deserve that win, absolutely 100%. I mean, it's also because they played good, but I think that it's also because AC Milan played bad. But not only that, also they beat Sassuolo 2 rounds ago. So they entered this match full of confidence, and I really don't think that they will lose this one. So you can find Spezia draw double chance at 1.85 at a great value, in my opinion.
1.85. I fancy the Alex Classics in here. I fancy both teams score. It's a 2-1, maybe even a 2-2. What do you think then, Tan?
I fancy Fiorentina to win because against Sampdoria, even if they lost, they created much more chances. They are missing to be clinical in front of the goal. Vlahovic is having is scoring a lot of goals, but anyways, just him. Anyway, he needs to do mistakes before doing the right thing, not getting enough goals from the rest of the team. But the Spezia win against Milan was massive. All the week, until the Champions League didn't start, so let's say the first 2 days of the week, we have talked only about Spezia. And I think that will go a bit to their mind. Fiorentina got this hunger. It's true that they are +7 over the relegation zone. But if they lose this, considering we will talk later about, just after this game, about Cagliari Torino, they know that from behind they can just jump on the shoulders. So the danger for them is there. I think they will play particularly focused on this. And on the other side, I'm not sure that Spezia will find the same motivation. It's clear that Milan have underestimated Spezia, which is unbelievable. But Calabria, Milan right back, asked, basically, did on purpose to get a yellow card before the Spezia game, so to be suspended in the Spezia game and to recover on time for Milan-Inter. And I was told from people in the club that the team, the players, have talked about this that Calabria did, and they said, are they considering us like not worth to play against? And these have motivated them even more. Romagnoli, the Milan captain, after the game said, we probably underestimated Spezia. What? Seriously? So I don't think this will happen in this game. And Fiorentina are super motivated, and plus 100 is great odds. Not only say Fiorentina, but it's even in my top 5 tips.
But this is not an excuse for a professional player, what AC Milan players said about Calabria. And this is not an excuse to play like that and to underestimate.
No, it's not an excuse.
Well, that's why you get the shocks in the big cup ties, isn't it? That's why you get these big clubs going against the smaller clubs. Not so much these days, but back in the day, it was because they thought the game was going to be a little bit easier than it was. But remember, Spezia, they went to Napoli and won. They've scored goals in nearly every single game. So there was always going to be a threat. And when that second goal, how well taken was that? So anyway, we've got one for Fiorentina, one for double chance Spezia. I've gone with the Alex Classic. I see one of the teams scoring 2. I see both teams scoring. So I think it's safe to go with the Alex Classic. Now, next game. I cannot believe the price here. Cagliari,
me too.
plus 185.10. Draw plus 245. Torino, plus 165. Torino far better than their hosts at 165. It's almost like a draw no bet for Torino is the only way to go.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for Akbar Saloev, who is saying the town that cup is legendary. I know this is made with a typical handcraft from Sicily. It's all hand painted from Santo Stefano di Camastra. Just Google Santo Stefano di Camastra is the town in Sicily where they all live on selling ceramics. By the way, Cagliari Torino. Look, Cagliari is getting much less than they deserve. Much less, even against Atalanta. They lost
What do you mean that against Atalanta they got much less? I mean, against Atalanta they should be very, very happy to concede only one time.
No, not true. Not true at all.
You watched another match then?
No, not true at all. Not true at all.
Oh
it wasn't at all the same, the usual Atalanta game. Atalanta woke up just in the last quarter of 15 minutes. And
even for the people that didn't watch the match, if they look a little bit at the stats, forget the target and one shot on goal.
Forget the stats. Cagliari fully deserved the draw. And if they would have a bit more, not saying luck, but consistency, maybe could even go up in the game. Maybe not holding the advantage, and this is not the first time it's happening against Sassuolo as well. And it is so frustrating them. And now it's so dangerous. Now it's so dangerous because all the others are getting far. And it's Cagliari Torino is third from the bottom against fourth of the bottom. If they lose these, the salvation zone, I don't know how you call that in English, is at -5 points. It's unbelievable. So I think they both will be very careful. Because you get much more in losing this game than in winning this game, especially for Cagliari. So I go with under 2.5 goals.
So under 2.5 goals in the game. I mean, listen, that does correlate with everything that I was thinking about Torino, Alex, because Torino, we say every week, they're too reliant on Belotti, but they are organised. They are patient. The one thing for me is they don't get enough bodies in the box. Now, I think Torino, man for man, are better than Cagliari. So draw no bet. I'm not going to get involved in this game, but I cannot go with Cagliari. Who's ever going to say, yeah, I expect Cagliari to win?
No, I don't expect Cagliari
No,
to win, and
come
really, I'm going with the value here. Normally, I'm not going with these higher prices, as you know me, what type of bets I'm using. But at 2.55 to find Torino, I know that they won only 2 games all season long, but this is a 6-pointer. This is a fight between two sides that are fighting relegation. Right now, they are separated by just 2 points with Torino on top. They cannot afford to lose points here. Maybe the draw no bet option is a lock here. I don't see Torino losing this match. The king of draws, 11 draws in 22 matches. Half of their matches were draws. I loved them against Atalanta. They were very unlucky not to go all the way and to win it for free at the end of the game. Against Genoa is normal what happened. Both teams had their chances to win. Genoa very organized at the back, so they canceled each other. I don't think that Cagliari will play a defensive game, because Cagliari are forced to win if you take it like that, because they want to overpass Torino in the standings. So I think that they will open, and opening against Torino's attack, I think that you will kill yourself. So Torino to win at 2.55 is the value bet for this match, in my opinion.
Okay, let's move on, because I've got a plus 200 selection in this next game, Alex, and it's Lazio minus 135, draw plus 300, Sampdoria at plus 410. Now, I don't normally get Lazio right. I go against them. They win. I thought they'd get a draw last week, and they got absolutely crushed against Inter. So what Lazio turns up, and Sampdoria, they score goals. Their defence is atrocious, but they like to play end-to-end games. Now, if you play an end-to-end game against Lazio, you're going to have plenty chances to score, but you've also got to keep that back door closed. And Sampdoria don't keep the back door closed. So do both teams score?
Both teams to score is a very good price for an accumulator bet at 1.62. Let's not forget that Lazio will host Bayern Munich next week for the first leg of the Champions League round of 16. I think that Udine will take something from this match. I don't know. I have this feeling that Sampdoria, sorry, not Udine. Sampdoria will take something from this match. I was looking earlier before the show started at draw double chance at 2.25. At 2.25. I think that is a very good value bet. Even +1 on the Asian handicap at 1.73 represents good value, because I don't see them losing by with more than 1 goal difference. Yeah, I think that the value is on Sampdoria here, and both teams to score for an Aka bet, yes.
Yeah, Barca, that's exactly what I've already pressed the button on, mate. But you're telling me it's plus 210. I got plus 210. I've gone Lazio to win and both teams to score.
I stay only with both teams to score, because Sampdoria anyway are hard to take down, and Lazio 3 days later have Lazio Bayern Munich. Now, I'm not going to say that they will play thinking about the game, but
they will think.
but partially, yes. I mean, they won't play their heart out until the end. That's what I'm saying. I don't think rotation will be made, because maybe only a couple of players, because that is the best way to lose the game and to prepare in the bad way the following game. But we know that Sampdoria are hard to take down, and that Lazio got that fixture later. So I prefer just to go with both teams to score. I not even go with Alex Classic pairing over 2.5 goals. Just both teams to score. And let me answer to Sam, because 6 side 100 is saying time with a fresh fade as in haircut, and this guy again is a fade game, no doubt. I don't know what is fresh fade. It's fresh face, especially. I got a fine haircut at home, so I don't even need to go to the barber, do the same thing. And Rampage is asking, give a bigger cup to Tancredi. Guys, this is the proper coffee cup. It's not like you have to to have a huge, full cup. Coffee is a matter of little. See, Alex, Flash is doing that, but it's different. That's English. If we talk about coffee, it's about the quality of the sip, not like you get to fill your stomach. It's different.
I can't get it in quick enough.
This is why you have beer to fill your stomach. Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, we're going to go on because the next team are they're the reason I'm up so much, because I managed to get them right near enough week in, week out. And last week I went with them to draw at plus 240. They truly obliged. It's Genoa plus 190. And by the way, draw no bet is going to be a massive price. The draw at plus 225. So that means it's close to that magic number of plus 205, plus 210. So it means it could be a draw. Verona at plus 180. I can't work out, Alex, why Verona are favourites on the numbers, because Genoa, no one's really gone anywhere near beating them, but Verona have been going massively on the front foot in the last few weeks. So does that mean that this is a game that maybe just the one goal wins it?
Yeah, probably an under game. They are looking also at the away form of Verona, atrocious in the last 4 matches, 3 defeats and 1 draw. And on the other side, Genoa at home are on fire with 5 unbeaten games and 3 wins in a row. So probably this is why they are going a little bit with Genoa here. Genoa beat Napoli at home, beat Cagliari, beat Bologna at home. So I think that the value is with them. You can, yes, take them with the draw no bet at 1.92 right now. But there is always the draw on the cards. And I think that this is the type of match, 0-0, 1-1 draw. But definitely, I'm looking at unders in terms of goals at 1.73, under 2.5 goals. And yeah, a draw, even the draw is great, priced at 3.0.
Yeah, I think it's one of them games, Tam, where we can't really get involved. It's probably an in-play jobby. I mean, I did an in-play. Obviously, I did Genoa last week to draw. And after 10 minutes of the game, I'm like, is Genoa draw no bet? Or it's just like, I just saw this game as like nothing in it. I see this game being near enough exactly the same.
Look, Verona are back to winning, but they struggled a lot to do it against Parma, much more than you would expect. While Genoa, nothing is affecting them. They conceded 1 goal in the last 6 games. They collected 18 points in the last 9 games, if I'm not mistaken, which is the same amount that Juventus collected. Nothing is hurting them, nothing is affecting them. I was very tempted to go with a double chance home, but it's not that high as it seems. But considering that, as I said, Genoa, only 1 goal considering the last 6 games. Verona, that anyway, like when they play away to keep the score sheet low, in my opinion, these two under 2.5 goals.
Yeah, listen, I wouldn't put anybody off. I mean, if someone can give me a little bit of a price here, yes, draw half time, but I think maybe under 1.5 goals. I mean, only 1 goal wins this game. So if you can give me that price, that'll be great.
Draw at halftime plus 100, 2.0, under 1.5 goals at plus 230, 3.3.
There you go. Under 1.5 goals. Okay, Sassuolo. Tan at plus 130, draw plus 250, Bologna plus 230. Now the visitors, they're a different proposition when they're at home, even though I think this is a side that doesn't get the points they deserve on their performances. And Sassuolo, they're a match for anyone if they're in that mood.
I'm pretty angry because last week my prediction on Bologna game, Benevento Bologna, was Bologna Benevento was both teams to score. As my last 7 or 8 predictions on Bologna went wrong after having the first 10 right, so I was not confident, and I did that confidential report after talking with someone at club telling me, oh, they're so determined, they are going for the win and everything. Result, my prediction was right. The one following the tip from within the club was wrong. And actually,
don't
Bologna,
speak to him again, Tan. Don't speak to him again.
We are insulting each other in the last week. since that happened. And Bologna not only screwed my prediction, but they weren't brilliant at all. I mean, the draw goal from Benevento came from a mistake of a goalkeeper. But anyway, after getting up in the score, they weren't brilliant at all. So there wasn't nothing to be lot happy or confident about that. On the other side, Sassuolo, as soon as they recovered Berardi from the first minute, they came back to winning the 3 points. I think that having Berardi will help them to get on close to their style, and Bologna and the way Bologna are playing will favor them. They drew 1-1 against Benevento. They risk to lose. So I'm going here with Alex Classic, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals.
Alex Classic, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals for Tan. But who wins it if anybody wins it, Alex?
I think Sassuolo should probably win this game. They have the first chance. Bologna haven't impressed. Even in the 3-0 victory against Parma, everyone can beat Parma nowadays, you know. So that was a walk in the park, if I can say that. Was an easy match for Bologna. I think that Sassuolo, as Tan mentioned, they have Berardi back. They totally dominated the game against Crotone. I think that they were very unlucky not to score more goals, but also they are not keeping clean sheets, many clean sheets this season. It's not like something like Sassuolo does it usually. So I think that every team can score against Sassuolo, but always Sassuolo are playing on the front foot, ready to score more goals than their opponents. So right now, with Caputo and Berardi, the duo there in front, I think that they have the first chance to score. And I think that the Alex Classic is the right way to go.
Yeah, I think you're both going with the Alex Classic. And if you wanted to be a little bit braver, you go with the home side to win and both teams to score. Now, that's exactly the way that I've gone. I couldn't pick the winner in this next game. Alex, it's Parma at plus 280, draw plus 240, Udinese at plus 110. Alex Classic, nearly every single time that Parma step on the pitch. They don't win many games, so you could go with Udinese to win and both teams to score. I've gone with the Alex Classic, kept it simple.
I don't know what is happening. I want a little bit of news about D'Aversa from Tan first before pulling the trigger. I think that if D'Aversa is still their manager and will not be replaced this week, I think that Udinese is the right way to go at 2.1. I think that 2.1 is a huge value for Udinese in the style that Parma is playing right now. D'Aversa clueless, in my opinion, lately. They improved a little bit at the beginning when he took over, but right now they are clueless. He's not playing the best transfer, the money that he spent on the most players right now in the winter time. We saw the two Romanians, Mihail and Man, adding a little bit of a plus when they entered in the last 10 minutes of the game, but playing 10 minutes with them is like playing nothing, you know. So I think that if he keeps playing like that, Udinese should be the value bet at 2.1.
No, yeah, Tan, this is another one of them sides, Udinese for me, that they just weren't finishing off all their good work. They're a dangerous side. Their midfield is strong. They shift the ball quickly. They get into dangerous areas, and then when they put it, it's like, any chance that someone's going to get on the end of it? They'd have to be doing a little bit better. But Parma, they are dog awful defending. So for me, Parma, Udinese maybe team total over 1.5.
Answering to Alex, the situation is very tricky with D'Aversa because he was the guy that has been doing so good in the last years with Parma. He gave up at the end of last season because he saw that the club the club was changing. Many players were sold, so was not believing anymore. And he was called back at the middle of the season. It's becoming hard because last year he arrived 10th with a team that was worth the 13th for the 14th place, so did a great job. This year he got in hands a team that is worth 16th probably place, and he's picking that at second from the bottom. So it's very, very hard to work on that. But adding on that, there was something weird because last week, after losing against Verona, after the game, he was asked, because in this January window, Parma signed many young players. Zirkzee from Bayern, Mann from Romania, many young players. And, you know, when you need to save your back in the situation Parma are, I don't know if that is the right move. And when he was asked why was not playing Zirkzee and Mann, he said, well, to be honest, those were the transfers that the president decided is not what I have asked.
To cover him.
So, I think he's been blunt. I think he's been clear, honest. He said, to be honest.
Well, if you're going into battle, surely you want battle-hardened troops because you need that balance. But you certainly need the balance to be tilted in the way of experience and keeping the ball. Because the way that Parma play, they get into good positions and give it away. But the problem you've got is the defenders, and I say this about defenders, mark space. You cannot do that.
The team was already pretty young. So he said, to be honest, that is not what I asked for the transfers. Now, when a manager is saying this with a president so young and active like the new American Kyle Krause Parma had, that is always dangerous for the position of the manager. So what to me seemed like, no, Parma are anyway going to finish with this manager till the end of the season. No, I wouldn't be sure anymore after those words. Anyway, the fact that Parma fought so hard against Verona is telling us that for how dreadful they are to watch, anyway, they are trying to pull something. And I have to say that the odds on Parma to win at plus 280 are so good that, in my opinion, they can't be overlooked. There isn't that much difference on the pitch. I mean, for the quality of what is expressed between Udinese and Parma, there is. But there won't be because, in my opinion, Parma will play as it is almost the last chance or the second last chance for them. So sometimes that is betraying you because it's like you want to overdo and you don't perform. But in my opinion, Parma will put up a huge fight at plus 280. Sooner or later, they have to win some few games. I don't think they will be saved from relegation, but at least a couple of games, 2-3 games, they will have to win. And this is a good chance. So plus 280 Parma to win.
Straight plus 280?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think team total, I mean, the balance is a little bit
not big enough to be called the 10 madness, but close to that.
I tell you what I think Parma need, and there was a lot of raised eyebrows when Leicester did it. When they brought in Cambiasso, everyone was like, oh my God, he's finished. And what he did is he just sat in the middle, won the ball, give it, and organised, and a voice. We see fewer and fewer voices now in teams because obviously when you're there and you need organising, just pull one in, sit in for 5, let's get control of the game. Parma are not like that. Parma are just like all over the shop. They're almost like the lemmings. So for me, someone's got to go in there and completely control and organise. Biggest game.
Joachim is saying, thanks for the Champions League, guys. Much respect for doing all this and doing great in a tough coronavirus season.
Especially Alex Grant.
Yeah, that was only at you, Alex. Okay, here we go. It's the Milan derby. There's plenty meat on this bone. Tan, I'm going to come to you, okay? First of all, Milan are at plus 260, draw plus 280, Inter at plus 110. Let's remind everyone, if they live in a cave, that these are the top 2 sides at the moment. Secondly, Milan, they're actually in European action. Inter, no, relax. No problem. Inter, probably stronger than their hosts. Is it fair to say that Inter at plus 110 are nicely priced? And secondly, they're the stronger of the 2 outfits.
Game of the week, game of the month, maybe game of the season.
Well, it is the game of the season. It's a game of the season.
Surely derby of the decade. In the last, it is no doubt the most important derby della Madonnina of last 10 years. And to give you a glimpse of how important it is, think that even if we know that the three big of Italy are Inter, Juventus, and Milan, we have plenty of Milan-Juventus duels for Scudetto, plenty of Juventus-Milan duels for Scudetto, but in the last 50 years, only 3 other times Inter and Milan have battled for the title. So this is how uncommon it is to see a Milan-Inter that is worth the Scudetto. And they both know this. And I will add even more. The previous times when we saw those duels, we had seen Inter that was freshly Italian or European champion, Milan that was freshly Italian or European champion. This derby that is not only counting for something directly, immediately in the last 10 years for the first time, but also is of, for them, coming from their darkest segment, lapse of time, or second darkest in their history. Inter never winning anything for 10 years. Milan that have changed 3 presidents in last 5 years. So this pressure, you have to factor this pressure, because they both know entering this that aside all the Ibrahimovic, Lukaku, all the duels, all the tactics, everything, there is also this sense of awaiting that is standing there for them. And what is incredible is that they both had, especially Inter, but they both had as main rival Juventus, because Juventus are winning in the last 9 years. Now, Juventus that seems to take a pause, a break in this season, and is leaving to them what could be the once, not in a lifetime, but let's say in a decade chance to win the title. You speak with Inter fan or Milan fan nowadays, and they say, you know what? I prefer Juventus to win, but not Milan/Inter to win. Because they feel like if they miss this chance and the arch rivals win, is even worse than seeing Juventus coming 10 years in a row. This is how important is this. Now, you talked about the odds. In my opinion, there is a bit of too much of favor to Inter in the derby. The gap.
Considering they're rested up and they're in better form.
No. That is all you said is right. They rested out. They are in better form. They are playing better. The way Inter whipped away Lazio was one of their best performances in the season. They were massive, focused, pragmatic. They knew when to attack, when to defend. They were stable in mind. The moment they conceded the goal to Lazio, they were still possessing the game. Lazio was playing not badly, but they were overcome by Inter. So actually, the performance is telling us that Inter are fully there, fantastically there. But a derby is a derby. And this huge gap, when in the table there is only 1 point distance, is too much, in my opinion. And it is also very hard for me to pick the final outcome, exactly because they really will play this as a final. It is a way to play, a way to say that I despise when they say, oh, it's all finals till the end of the season. But this Milan-Inter is the most important derby in 10 years. And we saw
if Inter win, do they win the league?
No, it's too short time, and Juventus are still there. They are not still cut out. Especially we have to see if Juventus are out.
You still think Juve are in the race?
I do. Still. Let's see what happens in the next 2-3 weeks, but still they are in the race. Especially if they go out in Champions League, you can never know what is the reaction.
Yeah, I'm not so sure they go out of the Champions League, to be honest. I'm definitely going to be lumping on them when they go back.
What I can tell you is that if Milan wins, obviously it's reshuffling everything. If Inter wins, I'm not saying that it's done, no, but Milan are gonna be hit hard in their soul because they lost to Juventus, and actually they lost chin up. They lost badly to Atalanta, but we said, okay, everybody can lose badly to Atalanta. They lost to Spezia, and it's the very first time they are distracted in a game. To everybody can happen one distraction. But if after the distraction they keep losing again, then everybody will start to think badly. And you know what was weird is that the day after losing to Spezia, and which, let's remind, is swapping the mindset of the game, because Inter leapfrogged Milan after 21
how's the
games.
game going to go? Jesus,
wait.
honestly, this is part of my life I'm never going to get back.
I'm sorry, but this is all about it. Inter last week has leapfrogged Milan for the first time after 21 games. So imagine how this is hitting hard in their mind. And suddenly, Milan fans, the day after, were all, oh, now we are falling apart. I was like, are you crazy? For 21 games in a row, you were top of the table. Chill, calm down. It's only 1 point. But anyway, it's so leveled that I have to go with both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. Alex Classic.
So you're going with the Alex Classic?
In the last derbies, always, there was plenty of goals and playing until the end.
Yeah, listen, after all that, I do actually agree with you. I do think the Alex Classic is a way to go, Alex, but it's not the way to go.
First of all, let's say that we will repeat this. He talked from the history point of view and everything like a reporter kind of style. Let's say that AC Milan will play in Europa League today, and I really think that they will rest many of their key players, and the value is on Red Star Belgrade draw double chance at 1.8. I think that by far this match against Inter is the most important for them, because they can solve the qualification issue in Europa League in the second leg.
Alex, I think this is the biggest game of the season across all 4 leagues.
The problem
I really
is that
do.
Inter,
And you had the guts to rush me out to finish what I was saying.
Rush you? I've only got 5 minutes before the Bundesliga show starts.
You had the guts to rush me out for the most important game of the 4 leagues of the whole season.
Because I've got to get Alex's. I've got to get his point of view.
So let's say that from the 2 clubs, I think that Inter, if they don't win the title this season, they are in a very bad condition, because AC Milan, we talked about the depth of the squad, right? Where on the other side, they are still in Europa League. They can win the trophy there. Milan at the beginning of the season never had like think, okay, we will win the title this season. Inter on the other side, they had it, you know. They dropped from Champions League. Now they are fully focused on winning the title in Serie A. They won the most important matches. Lazio, Juventus, even they beat us, AC Milan in the cup, right? A few weeks ago. So I think that there is a big plus for Inter right now. Fully rested, full of confidence. And let me give you also some stats. AC Milan, the team with the most penalties awarded for them in the top 5 leagues till now during this season. 14 of them. They missed 4. They scored 10. On set pieces, they are amazing, with Ibra and Romagnoli being the most dangerous players at set pieces. On the other side, on crosses, from crosses, Inter are number 1. They had 9 goals from crosses and 10 headed goals. I think that is very important, with Romelu Lukaku having the best season right now for Inter Milan. I think that the determination and everything regarding winning the title will be on that Inter kind part. Also, let's not forget that from the 54 goals that Inter scored, 66% were scored in the second half. So 36 goals in the second half, 18 in the first half. So we're probably looking at the draw at halftime. We're also looking at the draw at halftime at 2.3. But my official tip for this one is Inter to win at 2.1.
You're just going to go straight into win. Well, I don't mind that, because I'm going Inter to win and both teams to score, and that's at plus 250. I think Inter win, and the reason I think Inter win is I think that they AC will just overcommit. For me, the buy of the season throughout the 4 leagues has been Hakimi. I think he is now starting to become... Yeah. How often does a right back actually become the most integral player in your side? He's an outball. He defends. He turns defense into attack. And the other way I was going to look at this game, and maybe just have a little sprinkling, that this game gets out of hand with yellow cards.
Also that, but let's not forget that you talked about Hakimi. But let's say that right now Lukaku is top of the table with Ronaldo with 16 goals scored all season long, and Lautaro Martinez with 11. That crazy duo scored together 27 goals and delivered 5 assists on top of that. So they were on 32 goals. So from 56, this unimaginable for this is a brilliant duo. So I think
and the thing is, Inter can't keep clean sheets neither. So I mean, obviously everything pays
I don't know. They kept clean sheets lately, and
because
of course they kept clean sheets lately. They kept a clean sheet with Fiorentina. They kept a clean sheet against Benevento, against Udinese, against Juventus. So again, 4 from the last 5 matches they kept clean sheets.
No, that's not what, no. But not at this caliber, not against this caliber. Listen,
you are forgetting one detail when you mentioned about the cards and everything. It's the revenge fight between Ibrahimovic and Lukaku, and I think they will not want to get back on that. But the thing is there. The elephant is in the crystal shop, we say in Italian. I don't know if it is in English. So if the things get tense, or if someone is losing the game and then is losing the plot, cards can come back. If you find some option about cards in the second half, go with that.
Okay, just another quick one I want to know, Tan. Is Milan... Is it split more with AC or Inter fans?
No, it's basically leveled. Maybe a little bit more Inter fans and a little bit more of Milan fans in the Lombardy, the region of Milan. But anyway, pretty leveled.
Okay, let's kick on. I think we know where we're going now. It's either Inter win for Alex. It's the Alex Classic. That's goals all the way from Tan. And I've combined the pair of them. I think it's an Alex Classic, but I think Inter win an Alex Classic. But listen, them bookings, I think it might get a little bit fiery. So have a little look, maybe even a red card thrown in there as well. Listen, if it weren't for the Milan derby, this would be a hell of a game. It's Atalanta. Obviously, I've got to come to you, Alex, at -105. Draw +285. Napoli +290. You show me a man who trusts Napoli, home or away. They'll let you down. They'll reward you. Then I'll show you a madman. Alex.
You don't trust Napoli, even though they beat the Juventus last weekend. So you don't trust them. But on the other side, you don't trust Atalanta also. And let's say that Atalanta are playing Real Madrid next week in Champions League. So I think that this will be one of the most open matches that we will see this weekend in Serie A. I think that we'll see plenty of goals. I think that both of them will go for it, will go for the 3 points. And I'm easy on that, just going over 3 goals on the Asian handicap at 2.1.
Just not even bothering. It's just straight over 3 goals. You see it as, listen, the Napoli scored 0-10.
It's very hard. There are 10 absences between injuries and coronavirus at Napoli. Very, very hard. Lozano will be out for a month. Ospina too injured. Wow. All was down to the fact that Lozano got injured against Juventus in the very last minutes, but Gattuso asked him to stay on the pitch, and that probably even worsened the injury. So they were...
also imagine that they play Granada today, okay? Let's imagine that they play Granada on the road today. And they have Koulibaly, Lozano, Mertens, Manolas, Petagna, Gulam, Di Lorenzo, Deme, Hisai, all out.
So does that not push it towards Atalanta winning, Alex?
Yeah, but I don't know. Atalanta will play
against Napoli's B team.
Yes, but Atalanta will play Real Madrid. I don't know what will happen. I think that we will see a lot of... So even if they are playing against their B team, they are going to destroy them then. So over 3
That's
goals.
what I'm saying. So why would you not take the -105 about the home team?
You're talking to me now or to Alex?
No, I'm still talking to Alex. Sorry, Jan. I'm trying to come back to you, though.
No, don't worry,
The thing is, great catch. The number one side in Alex's heart in Italy is Atalanta. They're sitting there at -105 against a Napoli side who are ravaged.
Probably this is a lineup checker. Probably I will try to give something out on Twitter. So please check that, because I think that this is a lineup checker. Despite all those injuries and coronavirus from Napoli, we have them playing at Granada, so even worse than that. But we have Atalanta hosting Real Madrid next week in Champions League, which is far more important. So I think that is a lineup checker. So don't take it from now at -105. Probably you will find the same price or a little bit smaller 1 hour before the game when the lineups will appear.
Tan, this goes back to what you were saying in the other games when they've got one eye massively distracted on a potentially bigger prize. But surely Atalanta beat Napoli if Napoli are ravaged, suspensions, they've got the mental anguish of the COVID.
And we know that Atalanta are always starting very good, and maybe then are just stopping to play and then letting actually the opponents to come back in the game. This could happen, but if only Napoli would have enough resources. They are playing to the Granada, and the return leg will be next week. They have no resources. And Atalanta, anyway, maybe they will only rotate a couple of players.
Have I lost Tan there, Fab, have I?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, before we move on, I think that Sean MCK is making a great point. Granada with Drono bet tonight at home against Napoli at 2.3 with all those squad problems.
Okay, Benevento plus 500, draw plus 360, Roma -165. Alex.
Roma too low for my way of betting, 1.55. But I think that you can really take Roma to win and both teams to score. I think that this is the right choice to go. Benevento have their weapons to find the back of the net. As Roma struggle to keep clean sheets despite that 3-0 win against Udinese from the last round. So I think that Roma wins it. But I think that Benevento will find the back of the net. So if you find the price, a good price for Roma to win and both teams to score, I think that you should go for it.
Okay. Are we going to try and get Tan back or... No, we're not going to get Tan back. No. Okay, you listen, leave it then. Juve. -575. By the way, Benevento Roma, I can't be bothered with that game. Juve -575, draw plus 700. Crotone plus 2100. Did Crotone score? Because only both teams to score, or the Alex Classic, or Juventus to win and both teams to score, is where we're going to find the value, Alex.
Do you think that Juventus will beat them at 3 goals difference? With 3 goals difference?
No.
Okay, plus 2.5 on the Asian handicap at 1.7.
So Crotone get how many? 2 goals?
2.5 on the Asian handicap. So not to lose by more than 2.
At -135?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to go with that.
To score, and I think that also both teams to score at 2.3 is a great
Well, that's
thing.
what I thought. Just both teams to score and then not give a flying monkeys what goes on after that. But listen, who knows what Juventus is going to turn up. Let me tell you now, though, they will have all 3 eyes on that return leg against Porto. I am coming in with suitcases full and trusting Juve get the job done against Porto in Turin. Okay, let's have a little look at the picks, please, Fab. Here we go. In your own time, here we go.
Yes. You already done?
Is Tan back?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Alex's pick, Spezia, draw double chance.
Seriously?
-120. What's this? Are you talking over me, Tan?
No, because we were missing 3 games, and after 2 minutes, you're already done.
Yeah, but
they were bad games. They were bad games.
We are not at Al Jazeera anyway.
They were not bad games. It's Atalanta, Napoli, Benevento, Roma.
Atalanta, Napoli, we talked about it.
No, you talked about that. If you are interested, I can tell you.
Have you got a bet in the Benevento Roma game?
I got a bet everywhere, and it's even in the my top 5 picks. By the way, Atalanta, Napoli, my bet was on Atalanta to win because anyway, Napoli are on their knees, as I was explaining. Benevento, Roma, Udinese, if you remember last week, the odds on Roma were very high. I told you, let's go with that. The Roma performance is there. No matter that this week they're playing Braga and everything. Dzeko is back from the first minute. Roma are playing very, very good. The confidence is increasing. At minus 165 is the last possible decent to touch, but it's still good. And then there was Juventus Crotone. It's not part of my top 5 picks, but if you are kind enough, Flash, to insert as my 6th madness, I'm going with some madness there. Because the odds, obviously, on Crotone are extremely high. How much you are pricing that at the moment, Juventus Crotone?
2,100.
Mamma mia. Not saying that, but Juventus, we saw how dreadful they were. They had injuries. Chiellini, news just arrived now, will miss this game. Might be that also De Ligt, who left for an injury, will miss the game. Bonucci is out for a month. So they might be compelled to play one guy from academy in defense. Crotone are desperate. Is desperation enough to make you win or getting something at Juventus? Maybe not. But to start focused after Juventus had been completely ravaged and brainwashed coming from Portugal, that is good. So in my opinion, Juventus Crotone take draw at the halftime and Juventus to win in the second half, which at the moment is at 6.50. And we know that Juventus is having some problems in starting with the right foot. So draw at the halftime.
You want me to add that to your pick, yeah?
Can you please?
Of course I can. Let's have a look at the picks, please, Fad.
4.3, the best odds on a draw at halftime, full-time Juventus. 4.3.
Plus 430.
Yesterday was 6.50.
Okay.
So maybe someone are already picking on that.
Okay, plus 430. Spezia, double chance, minus 120 for Alex. Torino, plus 155. Inter, plus 110, not complicating it. Atalanta, over 3 goals in the game at plus 110. Tancredi's picks. Milan, Alex, classic, minus 105. Roma, minus 195.
It was Lazio, minus 165 before.
Yeah, but again, it's you, squirrel.
So you just worse than the odds for me.
Minus 170. Atalanta, minus 110. Fiorentina, plus 100. And Juve, draw half-time. Juve to win the full-time at plus 430.
At plus 330. 4.3.
Is it? Only plus 3?
Sure? It was 650 yesterday.
Well, yeah, you've been telling people, haven't you? That's what you've done. You've been telling people what you're going to do.
But are you sure? It's really too little.
Bet 6.5, Unibet, William Hill. How many you want me to say them to you?
Well, how about I just continue with the picks, eh?
I'm watching right now.
Right, you've got to stay off that coffee tan. Inter, both teams to score at plus 250. Fiorentina, Alex Classic at plus 150. Parma, both teams to score at minus 110. I cannot believe that. I thought I was going to go Alex Classic, but I've just gone both teams to score because at minus 110, what a price. And Lazio to win and both teams to score at plus 200. And I might go Juve, draw half-time, win full-time at plus 650. Okay? Okay, I want 2-team parlay, please, gentlemen. We've been doing well with our parlays. Tan, give me your first team.
Okay, so...
And that was a joke, by the way. I'm not going near Juve Crotone.
No, I would say Roma to win at Benevento.
Roma, just straight win, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going Crotone plus 2.5 on the Asian handicap at 1.7.
Yeah, that's minus 135 plus 2.5. 5. Now, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that I notify you and you'll never miss any content again. And we've got plenty of shows coming up. We've got the Bundesliga today. We've got the Premier League today. We've got La Liga tomorrow. We're on Monday, Champions League. Tuesday, Europa League. Wednesday, I'll spend the whole day preparing for all the shows again. And we hope you enjoy it. Press the link in the description. That will take you over to the articles. Now, I'm hearing that Tan's articles will be in there soon with Alex and Martin, and every other show that we do here on SBR is accompanied by an article, meat on the bone, parlays, and a little bit more knowledge to get your teeth into. 40, not under 50%, thumbs up. Please press a thumbs up on the way out. Have a great weekend, and come on, Inter. Take care.
See you later.